lemon sharks. This nursery will remain an important place throughout their life. Lemon sharks prefer the warm enclaves provided by the coral reefs, mangroves, and bays of the tropical western Atlantic Ocean. They can also be found off the coast of West Africa. Lemon sharks breed in the spring and summer months. After a long gestation period of 10 to 12 months, the expecting mother returns to the same nursery she grew up in. Lemon sharks are viviparous. They give birth to live young. Each mother will have between 4 and 17 live, free-swimming pups. Though they will become some of the largest sharks in the sea, growing up to 2.5 meters, lemon sharks are much slower to gain maturity than most fish or even other sharks. A safe place to grow is essential. No television and movies have given sharks a bad reputation. Many cultures of the past regarded these great creatures as protectors of the sea. In Hawaii, Kamoho Ali'i, the shark god, was known for leading lost fishing boats home in storms. In Fiji, fishermen pay respects to Dakuwaga to ensure a safe and prosperous trip. Off the fragile shores of the Bimini Islands, lemon sharks may be their own worst enemy. Outside the mangroves, in the deeper waters, mature sharks of all types patrol the areas. They will gladly feast on their own young. In these open spaces, juvenile lemon sharks are no match for the speed and ferocity of mature sharks in a feeding frenzy. But in the tight confines of the roots of the mangrove forest, where shallow water and a tight labyrinth of roots make access impossible for larger predators, juvenile lemon sharks can rule the roost. They have surprisingly complex lives. Lemon sharks love to socialize. For the first year of their lives, they don't discriminate. They will follow any shark they happen to come across. Eventually, they begin to socialize with other lemon sharks. These groupings are called shivers. Lemon sharks have larger brains relative to other sharks. They use their smarts to learn from their interactions within the shiver. The younger, smaller ones pick up survival techniques from the larger, more dominant sharks. At a year old, they begin to form smaller shivers with sharks that are of similar size and speed. The uniformity of these shivers helps the survival of each shark. Drastic size variation, the oddity effect, can attract the unwanted attention of predators. And as these sharks learn their complex foraging methods, this size parity means there tends not to be a single dominant feeder. So they all get their fair share of food. The empire of the sharks is a deeply intelligent one. It depends on complicated communication among a tight shiver of like-minded sharks. It can take these young more than half a decade to mature enough to travel to deeper waters. In the meantime, it's crucial that these juvenile sharks have a safe place to prepare for the coming years, when they will be larger and inherit their empire as kings of the sea. In the shallow waters of the Bahamas lie endless tracts of warm and shallow pools. And it's in these warm waters that the lemon sharks feed. Lemon sharks take longer to digest their food than most sharks. They must eat large quantities, but they're picky eaters. This is where the complicated socialization of the lemon sharks becomes vital. As the juvenile sharks define their group by size and speed, they also share a taste in prey. Hunting takes up a lot of time and energy. So they hunt only prey that provides more energy than it takes to catch. The sharks often target slower swimming fish that are easier to catch, like parrotfish and mojaras, which rely on camouflage instead of escape as defense. While on the hunt, lemon sharks stalk their prey in packs. They will direct schools of fish along the shoreline. When they are ready to attack, they swim at their prey aggressively, biting them and moving from side to side, tearing off chunks of flesh. This is when the infamous feeding frenzy begins. Shark legend says that blood in the water heightens the frenzy. But studies done on lemon sharks and bimini suggest that these sharks react more to the aggressive movements of the first feeding shark than the blood itself. Even a lone lemon shark can be a devastating hunter. Like many sharks, they have a series of jelly-filled pores throughout their head and around their gills. These electroreceptors, called ampullae of Lorenzini, can measure electrical currents as weak as 5 billionths of a volt. Since all living creatures produce an electrical field when their muscles contract, the lemon shark can sense their prey even if they can't see it. It will be many years until these juvenile lemon sharks have grown enough to make it in the open ocean. Until then, they depend on these sheltered shallow waters, where they can learn to hunt cooperatively. So deeply ingrained is their bond with their home that they will remain here even if it is threatened. For these sharks, the health of their sanctuary is the health of their empire.